2018 Honda Accord Review. The new 2018 Accord is genuinely impressive and substantially greater than most other midsize sedans. Thanks towards the increasing popularity of crossovers, midsize sedans shall no longer be the default vehicle of choice for small families. Automakers aren't stopping the fight, however, which has a number of traditionally popular models significantly refreshed or fully redesigned in 2010. Headlining a list is the 2018 Honda Accord, as well as its improvements are dramatic. It starts on the exterior. The new Accord's fastback profile and pronounced styling lines help it look more lavish and European compared to the norm. Inside, Honda has thoroughly reworked the inner, and it is now on the list of nicest cabins from the class. On the top touring trim, there exists a pleasing blend of soft-touch plastic, leather upholstery, faux leather door inserts, and convincing wood trim within the dash. Even on lower levels, for example the Sport, the cabin is dolled up with carbon fiber look trim and faux leather trimmed seats. Front and center is really a new touch screen that may be much easier to use compared to old system. Unlike the very last Accord, which featured a touchpad-only interface which was slow and sometimes maddening to make use of, the revolutionary screen is thoughtfully spelled out and uses physical buttons and knobs for tuning and high-level navigational functions. The touch screen, and that is standard on nearly the base LX model, also supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. Pleasingly, the Accord now offers plenty of advanced driving features. Adaptive cruise control, forward collision warning with automatic braking, and lane departure warning and mitigation are optional on other Hondas, but they're standard on every Accord. Top-notch crash test safety scores supply you with added relief, too. Overall, the redesigned 2018 Honda Accord significantly moves the needle forward within the midsize sedan segment. Its many strengths and absence of major drawbacks ensure it is an easy recommendation for everyone looking for just a spacious, comfortable and upscale four-door. Notably, we picked the 2018 Honda Accord as one of best midsize sedans for this current year. What's new? The Honda Accord is redesigned for 2018. Though we appreciate the LX's insightful standard features along with the sports enthusiast-oriented setup, most pros are going to be happy using the mid-grade X. Like the Sport, it comes which has a power driver seat along with the touch screen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto capability. It also adds useful extras, for example blind spot monitoring, satellite radio, a sunroof, and heated mirrors and front seats. It doesn't cost much more versus the LX, and you may love the excess luxuries whether you retain your Accord for a few years or 20. Trim levels and features. The 2018 Honda Accord is sold in 5 trim levels. The LX could be the most affordable model and is particularly loaded with features, including dual-zone climate control and advanced security features. The Sport doesn't cost a lot more and is included with some visual upgrades and Android Auto, Apple CarPlay compatibility. The X gives up a number of the Sport's flair but counts a sunroof and heated front seats among its upgrades. The XL primarily adds leather upholstery, as the top trim touring boasts every feature available within the Accord, including adaptive dampers to have an even cushier ride. A turbocharged 1.5-litre 4-cylinder engine, 192 horsepower, 192 pound-feet of torque, is standard on all trim levels. It comes linked to a continuously variable automatic transmission, CVT. If you're seeking a little more excitement, a turbocharged 2.0-litre 4-cylinder, 252 horsepower, 273 pounds-feet, is positioned on Sport, XL and Touring models. A 10-speed traditional automatic is paired to this particular engine. A 6-speed manual transmission is really a no-cost option about the Sport model no matter engine. Standard features for the base LX model include 17-inch alloy wheels, LED exterior lighting, headlights, taillights and running lights, automatic high beam control, a rear-view camera, push-button ignition, a motorist information display, dual-zone automatic climate control, a height-adjustable driver's seat, Bluetooth, a 7-inch touchscreen, plus a 4-speaker audio system which has a USB port. Standard driver aids include lane departure warning and intervention, adaptive cruise control, and forward collision warning with automatic emergency braking. Upgrading to your sport adds 19-inch wheels, LED fog lights, a rear spoiler, chrome exhaust tips, a leather-wrapped leader, an 8-way power-adjustable driver's seat, with 4-way power lumbar, a 60/40 split rear bench, cloth and simulated leather upholstery, an 8-inch touchscreen, along with an 8-speaker speakers with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The X builds from the LX model, adding the sport's interior upgrades, without the presence of sport's unique upholstery and shift paddles, 17-inch wheels, heated mirrors, a sunroof, keyless entry and ignition, blind spot monitoring, heated front seats, rear air vents, a different USB port, and satellite and HD radio. The XL further adds an auto-dimming rearview mirror, driver seat memory settings, a 4-way power passenger seat, leather upholstery plus a 10-speaker stereo audio. A navigation technique is optional. At the top on the ladder will be the touring trim, which equips the Accord with 19-inch wheels, adaptive suspension dampers, chrome exterior trim, illuminated door handles, automatic wipers, back and front parking sensors, adjustable driving modes, a head-up display, ventilated front seats, heated rear seats, the navigation system, a Wi-Fi hotspot as well as a wireless phone charger. Models while using turbocharged 2.0-litre engine are critically the same because they're 1.5-litre counterparts. However, the Sport 2.0T gives you keyless entry, heated front seats and blind spot monitoring. Trim tested. Each vehicle typically is available in multiple versions which are fundamentally similar. The S in this particular review depend on our full test on the 2018 Honda Accord Touring, turbo 1.5 litres inline-4, CVT automatic, FWD. Driving. The Accord has many strengths about the road. The drivetrain responds quickly and supplies sufficient power. The car corners well, sticking for the road without the need of drama, plus the brakes feel natural and strong. Only the steering fails to deliver, while it's accurate and straightforward. Additionally, it feels artificial. Acceleration. What sets the 2018 Accord apart is not the raw numbers, this is the rapid reaction to driver input. Ours tested 0 to 60 miles per hour duration of 8 seconds is average for just a base engine in this particular segment. Around town, though, the engine feels similarly adequate. Power delivery is smooth. Braking. The Accord's brake pedal is firm, and it's really easy to judge and find consistent stopping. The brakes never feel grabby. Our panic stop braking distance from 60 miles per hour of 122 feet is average. Even so, the Accord's brakes instill confidence on account of good feel and arrow straight stops. Steering. The steering is accurate, however the feel in your hands is often a bit artificial. There's a deficiency of feedback on the front wheels, and resistance doesn't noticeably build through turns, it's virtually just on or off. There's also a little vagueness where true on-center is. Handling. Our test car was the Touring, containing the adaptive suspension. So fitted, it absolutely was impressively stable, planted and confidence-inspiring around turns. The car changes direction eagerly. Less expensive Accords definitely won't be quite as good, but that is still one of several best handling sedans around. Drivability. Honda's smartly tuned CVT automatic helps to make the Accord an excellent companion around the road. It will attempt to upshift whenever possible to improve MPG, nevertheless it responds quickly and smoothly to requests for power close at hand. The Accord also feels more maneuverable than its size suggests. Comfort. The new Accord is quiet and comfy in most situations. It insulates against traffic noise particularly well, though tire noise is noticeable around the highway. The ride smooths out small imperfections and absorbs larger bumps. Front seat comfort is adequate. Seat comfort. Overall seat comfort is great, with well-placed headrests and nice back support, especially using the adjustable lumbar. But the leather-wrapped seat cushions will not have a great deal of padding, so locating the right adjustment is significant to staying comfortable on longer drives. Ride comfort. The Accord Touring incorporates an adaptive suspension, providing you with an excellent ride due to this class. The car feels solid and easily irons out smaller imperfections and absorbs larger hits. You don't feel sharp edges in this particular car. Noise and vibration. Around town, the Accord is impressively quiet, isolating you against traffic and feeling just like a luxury car. Once you wake up to freeway speeds, there's some wind noise, but tire noise is far more noticeable. It's not enough to intrude on conversation, but it really is significantly less quiet as some rivals. Climate control. All climate settings could be adjusted with straightforward and clearly labeled manual controls, as well as the system regulates cabin temperature easily. The temperature knob lights change colors because you adjust up or down, which can be a fun touch. Seat cooling from the touring trim is merely moderately effective. Interior. Some small points aside, the lining of the Accord offers modern design, quality soft touch materials, a lot of room, as well as a user-friendly infotainment system and control layout. Taller drivers will need to test the seating position, though, for their knees may rub using a piece of hard plastic trim. Ease of usage. This infotainment product is clean, crisp and user-friendly, and basic functions are an easy task to navigate because of physical buttons. Most controls are an easy task to find and recognize. But the media and information display controls within the wheel aren't intuitively presented and take acclimating yourself with. Getting in, getting out. The door sills are high and wide, making noticeable step over, but access is otherwise easy. The rear doors open wide, and access is nice even in tight spaces. The low seats mean you've got farther to face up in comparison to competitors, and taller passengers should duck exiting a corner seat. Driving position. You can sit low, ensconced inside the car, so that it feels sportier and much more luxurious. There's an abundance of adjustability for people who want to sit closer, higher or even more upright. Taller drivers would like more steering wheel telescope and will find their right knee bumps against some hard plastic trim. Roominess. The interior feels large, making sense because, by EPA interior volume measurements, this is really a full-size car. The driver's near rim may suffer cramped to long-legged drivers, but otherwise the cabin feels airy and open. Rear legroom is great, though taller passengers will deplete all of your headroom. Visibility. Forward visibility is fantastic, and well-placed rear windows mean there exists a good rear three-quarter view. No problems looking the large rear window about the road, although high decklet means you'll rely for the camera when reversing in tight spaces. We found no serious blind spots. Quality. The Accord's design is modern and upscale. The touch points are covered in soft touch materials, plus the fit tolerances are tight. Only a few in the textured surfaces reveal themselves to become somewhat tacky feeling, hard plastics. We had some glitches within our TPMS as well as the infotainment system. Utility. With excellent trunk volume, lots of spots for small items from the cabin, and usually more space than you will know what to do with, the Accord offers about just as much utility as is possible for the sedan. Small item storage. The center console armrest bin is generously sized, plus the front charging ports and wireless charging pad, if equipped, will be in a cubby with room more than one phone. The door pockets have space for water bottles, and also the anti-tip cup holders are large. Only the glove box is usually a little shallow. Cargo space. The Accord's trunk is totally huge, that has a capacity of 16.7 cubic feet. The opening is wide, if the little narrow, but it really is all too easy to maneuver objects out and in. The 60/40 split folding rear seats open even more room for two long objects. Child safety seat accommodation. Latch anchors are placed under clearly marked flaps and they are close for the surface without having seating material impinging on access. Considering what size the rear seat is, even bulky child car seats shouldn't pose an issue. The new, lower roof line could possibly want more bending to the side situate seats and children. Technology. Honda's new infotainment system is often a huge boost from the very last generation, and it is integrated nicely while using gauge cluster screen and head-up display. A wide range of active safety and driver aids come standard, plus they work well. Voice commands flunk, therefore we generally trusted manual controls. Audio and navigation. The premium head unit in our tester can produce many volume without distortion, but audio quality is unexceptional to have an upgraded system. The navigation system includes a robust feature set that's an easy task to operate, the graphics are clean, and instructions ultra easy to follow. Smartphone integration. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay work well and so are integrated while using infotainment system, so smartphone navigation appears from the head-up display and music appears from the media screen. The near-field Bluetooth bearing is neat, but starting a connection is not hard enough, it's mostly a novelty. Driver aids. Only blind spot monitoring and rear cross traffic alert and standard on lower trims, or perhaps you get many aids. Adaptive cruise mostly is successful, nevertheless it sometimes accumulates neighboring lanes in curves. Forward collision alert doesn't deliver false alerts but is incredibly sensitive. Voice control. Voice commands really are a mixed bag. While this system's not at risk from misunderstanding, specific phrasing is needed and it may take many steps. Luckily you can find on-screen prompts. You can't exchange signal of Bluetooth audio streaming using a command, but you will find extensive USB music and navigations commands.